Brook out. I'll start with what Doc said. He's like, I don't know what Brook did at halftime, but he came out like a demon in the second half. So I guess we'll just start there. I mean, the team seemed to struggle in the first half. And then what did change, what did click maybe coming out of the break?
I think we just stuck with it, honestly. We had some groups that hadn't really played together. We had a group that was, no Giannis, Dame, or Chris for obvious reasons. So, we kind of had to feel things out on the fly. But we stuck with it. It was great. Obviously, we didn't start the third quarter like we would have liked to, but on the positive flip side of that, it was great to see our response to that the rest of the game. I thought we were just fantastic.
Along those lines, what does it say about Andre or Gary or DeLon, guys whose minutes maybe have fluctuated, they haven't played at all, and then to be in situations like this where then they make key baskets and are big contributors to a comeback and a win like this?
Yeah, it was just so fun to be a part of. We've known all season what they're capable of, what our new guys are capable of, what our old guys are capable of. It's been a process to have everyone join together. We had a great camp, obviously. We had a great preseason as well, and obviously regular season hasn't started the way we'd like, but it's been a great process just to see the growth, see everyone come together, the camaraderie, and there's no quit. It's been fantastic, and people came out they were all their ideal versions of themselves. There was no doubt in themselves, no thought about previous games, positive or negative. They just came out and hooped.
Trey had just said something interesting about how he always thinks like he never wants to be the best, wants to see the best player on the team be the hardest worker. So that's what keeps him going. And he said tonight it was like he saw Giannis both just attacking everything defensively, and he was like, all right, well, I got to do that. For you at 37 years old, like you get a big block when Giannis makes one of the few mistakes he makes the entire game. Like you have all those moments. Just what does that mean to you specifically as a leader, as this season maybe hasn't gone the way that you wanted thus far?
Yeah. I think it's great. Obviously, Giannis is the head of the snake. He leads us in everything he does, and to see just the way he plays every minute he's on the floor, it can't help but trickle down. And, he has no quit in him, none whatsoever. And so, again, despite our start, whatever it is, I think in a positive way, it's been good for us. We've been going through the fire. We keep learning on the fly, a lot of lessons, but you can see results now, and tonight was a night where people had to step up. There was no other option. And we showed it. Giannis didn't quit from the top, and no one quit all the way down.
What role do you feel like you play in that?
I'm just trying to be a leader. I'm happy Dre said that, because I just try to go out there, play as hard as I can, help make my teammates better, always have their backs, especially defensively, and help my team win. I just want to win. So at the end of the day, that's my only goal. And so however I can help my team do that, I'm there.
Giannis scores 22 of 24 in the first quarter, 11 in overtime, blocks a alley-oop in overtime. Do you want to grab some superlatives here for me and give it a go? Just what's going through your mind when you see him have another one of these games? I'm
not well-versed enough in the English language or, unfortunately, any other language to find new ways to describe Giannis's brilliance. Just to be able to watch it and be a part of it for, as long as I've been here, these 7 years now. I mean, to see the way he was tonight, I'm still seeing new stuff, and it's so special, so I'm just going to cherish it night in, night out, but just let it inspire me too. Because his drive, you mentioned all the scoring he does, but, he doesn't care about that. Obviously he can take us on his back and win games for us, but it's just the way he goes about it. He's not about the stats. He's just about winning, and that's something that the whole team gets behind.
Hey, Brook, I won't say your age like Eric did, but you've been in the league for a few years now. Obviously, it's changed quite a bit since your rookie season, and the ages, they're all over the place, and the NBA seems to just keep evolving. Can you talk about finding ways to win now at this point in your career versus how it used to be maybe earlier on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me coming in the league, I guess it was just more one-dimensional. You know, I knew I could affect the game coming in, scoring in the post, scoring in pick and roll. You know, I knew my job. But as I've continued to grow, continued to get older, Eric, you know, being on teams now with guys like I mean, I can go down the list my whole career. You know, D. Will, Vince, Devin Harris, Giannis, Chris, Bled, Drew, Dame. Now, I'm sorry if I forgot. I've played with so many great people. You know, I'm not trying to leave anyone out. KG, Truth. You know, there's a lot of people in this league that can score the ball, be great offensively in so many different ways. And so for me, it's been about learning how I can still affect the game, you know, without necessarily scoring. I guess that's been my arc. You know, obviously I've moved from the post to the perimeter at times, shooting threes and stuff. But just for me, it's been about learning how to affect the game without necessarily touching the ball, which is something, you know, I never really had to do growing up. Obviously, I could block shots, but, you know, I was bigger than a lot of kids playing in high school and stuff like that. But growing up, I had the ball in my hands a lot. So it was just finding ways to affect the game without having the ball, you know, and I think I'm still continuing to learn how to be better at that. But just whenever I'm on the court, offensively, defensively, whether it's setting screens offensively, getting offensive rebounds, tap outs, defensively, obviously having guys back, blocking shots, getting on the floor, talking, whatever I can do to change the game, I'm going to do it.
And then your team, you're still learning each other. What did tonight tell you, and where are you at as far as that progress goes?
Again, I'm going to say it shows that our guys have no quit. You know, we didn't know who was going to be on the floor tonight, and it didn't matter. You know, it shows everyone's on the same page. We want the same goal, and everyone came out ready to get a win no matter what.
Brook, back here, I'm sure you wouldn't put it past Giannis to score 127 by himself, but obviously you all knew that you needed to help out in that way. For yourself, you talked about the team obviously not having the starter one, but for yourself offensively, to affect the game offensively the way you did, to kind of provide that support, how did that feel for you?
Yeah, you know, it's great to see the trust out there. You know, we all had trust in one another, and no matter, you know, previous games, highs or lows, whatever it is, we have to have the same trust, you know, night in, night out. And so the ball has to be flowing, has to be moving. And you know, there's no selfishness on this team. There's no, you know, I need to go get mine. And when we have that trust, like it seems we do, it's just going to keep getting better and keep growing, and the wins are going to keep coming.
And if I can, just quickly, with Gary Trent and Torian Prince, both of them kind of hit some key shots in the fourth and in that overtime. Is that part of that trust you're talking about, just seeing them deliver?
100%, 100%. You know, we know they've been doing that their whole career. That's why they're here.
Could you talk a bit about the energy in the arena tonight? How important was the crowd in fueling that comeback and then finishing it off in overtime?
Yeah, they were huge. We of course we fed off them. You know, like I said, we didn't start the third the way we wanted, but you know, when we started picking it up, the crowd was into it. They picked us up again. You know, they brought us to another level, and they just continued to do that throughout the rest of the game. They were so huge, so imperative to win tonight. And so we need them to keep doing that all season and keep doing that like they have been since I've been here.